Welcome everybody to this DevToberfest session. We want to welcome our special guests from outside SAP, Kathrin, Ravi, and Chris, as well as our moderator, Charan, and I'll hand it over to Charan in a minute. I wanted to set the stage of this session and explain what it's meant to do. We will have four Joule Studio sessions in DevToberfest. We already had two today. The first one was about creating skills in Joule Studio, hands-on, showing you how the tool works. The second one was about how to create agents in Joule Studio. Again, hands-on, how the tool works, what are the plans for it, and so forth. And in this session, we wanted to present several people who've had a lot of experience playing with the tool and who will tell us their impressions of the tool, positive, negative, whatever they have to say, as well as how they used it in a recent hackathon, and also use cases that they think it would be good for. We will also have a fourth session tomorrow, next Tuesday on Tooling Tuesday, uh, dealing with a much more expanded presentation of a use case for Joule Studio. So let me hand it over to Charan, who will be our moderator for the presentations as well as the later discussions.
Yep. Thank you so much, Daniel. Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to today's session. I'm Charan Ravikumar, product manager from the Joule Studio team. I'm thrilled to be a moderator for this event, which is focused on Joule Studio in SAP Build. A little bit of a context. Earlier this year, SAP unveiled Joule Studio, a powerful new capability within SAP Build that lets you create custom AI agents and skills powered by agentic AI. It means that companies can go beyond their out-of-the-box AI and build tailor-made or custom-made agents and automate workflows and enhance productivity with SAP systems and also non-SAP systems. A little bit more about the Hack2Build. To accelerate the partner innovation, SAP also launched a special pilot edition of Hack2Build in July, where 12 partners were selected based on their technical capabilities, use cases, and go-to-market strategies. And these partners were given coaching, some pre-GA access, allowing them to explore and build some real-world Joule skills. With this, they also participated in a one-week sprint, intense one-week sprint where 12 participants explored the full potential of Joule Studio. They designed their own use cases and they also developed some skills. And today we will introduce you to the winners and the runners-up. So first of all, the runners-up, let's acknowledge the runners-up. Let's welcome the Sodales Solutions, who have built an intelligent incident management solution with Joule and SAP success factors. And we have Ravi Shankar from Sodales, who will then later introduce the use case and talk about it a little more. And we also have Krzysztof from All for One, showcasing a maintenance assistant that empowers field technicians with AI-driven service workflows integrated with SAP Cloud for customers. A huge round of applause for both these runners-up teams, and you will hear from them very shortly. Now to the winners. Our winning team was the Corporate Business Solutions, who developed an AI active monitoring solution to simplify SAP integrated integration suite error handling, and how you could decrypt a system error message and make it understandable and actionable for both IT and for business users. Yeah, and now let's dive deep into the use cases. I will invite Kathrin to share her screen and go over the use case. Yeah, Kathrin, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So I hope you can see my screen. Perfect. Okay, so let's start. Hello, everyone. My name is Kathrin. I'm from CBS Corporate Business Solutions, and I'm a senior solution consultant for enterprise integration, also focused topic lead for several AI topics in the integration area. And yeah, I was part of the winning team at the latest hackathon about Joule skills. And today I want to present you our use case, which was the one we won the hackathon with. So yeah. Today, the use case is all about how we took the cryptic error messages from SAP Integration Suite and turned them into valuable insights and smart automation using Joule Studio. So how did we do that? So the problem, what is the problem with SAP Integration Suite monitoring and why do we need AI in sub CI? So in the real world of SAP Integration Suite, critical integrations fail all the time. And when they do, you're stuck with error messages just like this. They are cryptic, technical, and anything but helpful. And each error can look very different. They are vague, hard to decode, and always stressful, especially under pressure. So even when they seem similar, you still don't know what to do. So you might feel like Michael Scott from the show The Office. You think you know what to do, but in much more real sense, you have no clue. So let's look at the key pain points of today's interface monitoring. So as a user, you face cryptic error messages. And even as an expert, you are stuck in manual log diving. So click, scroll, repeat for hours every week. Often you need help from colleagues or costly consultants, and they might not even be available when you need them. So this all adds up to real costly business risks, delayed orders, production halts, or even unhappy customers. And that's why we built Adam. But what is Adam? He's our AI-driven active monitoring assistant, a solution for everyday headaches in system integration. He makes interface monitoring understandable, solvable, and actionable for everyone. And with SAP Joule and Joule Studio, Adam becomes your smart buddy. You can talk to him in natural language at any time. He will listen, analyze, and guide you to a solution faster than ever. So at its core, Adam delivers actionable insights, real results through simple dialogue. He's smart, easy to use, and for both IT and business users. It enables faster resolution and serious effort reduction by up to 50%, resulting in up to 100,000 euros cost savings for a typical size customer. And we are just getting started. So in the future, Adam, together with Joule, won't only tell you what to do, he can also do it for you with your okay, of course. So Adam is one tool for all interfaces for every customer. So let's have a closer look at the full solution architecture to understand how we were able to deliver those features. Joule and SAP Build function as the entry point for the user to interact with Adam. Adam itself runs completely behind the scenes, consisting of a Python and a CAP service, which manage the application logic and interaction with SAP Integration Suite, SAP AI Core, and the HANA Cloud Database. In SAP Build, we implemented Joule skills that understand user prompts and trigger relevant actions for error analysis as well as issue resolution automatically. With 50 actions connected to 3 different endpoints, we covered 8 distinct skills. We exposed several SAP Integration Suite endpoints to empower users with real-time interface insights. To make Integration Suite endpoints usable for Joule, we've built a CAP service that filters and transforms the raw interface and logging metadata to be ready for natural dialogue. To support Joule with contextual expert knowledge, we built a Python-based data management service. It collects the data from several custom data sources, which are customizable, so you can add in new ones or leave out some, special for every customer. And this content is then vectorized, stored in a HANA Cloud database. It enables semantic search during the user interaction. To resolve complex integration errors, we implemented a RAG pipeline, so a retrieval augmented generation pipeline, which understands interface logs, searches for relevant insights, and delivers matching suggestions instantly in plain natural language. So let's wrap it up. With our use case, we were able to turn integration errors into actions for everyone in seconds. So thank you for your attention. I hope our use case gave you some inspiration for your future projects with Joule Studio. And I'm happy to answer your questions now or later in the discussion round.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kathrin. There are no questions at the moment, so we will keep the questions for the end. But thank you so much for showing how
Perfect.
you have solved an important issue in the daily life of so many developers. So thank you so much. Yeah, now let's go to the next contestant. That is all for you. That is Krzysztof. So would you take over? Thank you.
Yes, sure. Hi, I'm just sharing my screen now.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope you can see my screen. Hello, my name is Krzysztof, and I work for All for One Poland. All for One is a leading SAP partner in the mid-market, upper mid-market, and in the SAP cloud business. Since our company works with a lot of customers in the manufacturing sector, we've seen firsthand how critical, efficient on-site service support is, and that's exactly where the idea for our service technician assistant comes in. Service technicians face various scenarios in their day-to-day life. Among them, the shown tasks for service technician called Chris. In this presentation, I will show you the demo of how our solution can help the service technician during the on-site emergency repair, where Chris might need to visit the customer when a machine breaks down unexpectedly and fast action is needed. First, let's go through the challenges Chris, the technician, might face during such visit. First, data might be fragmented across different solutions and he might need to navigate multiple platforms to access it. He might have limited visibility into machine incidents, for example, historical ticket data. Spare parts identification might be difficult. He might need to refer to manuals for some less popular machines he doesn't know. Together with our team, we've prepared the solution, the Service Technician Assistant, that can help solve those challenges with Joule skill-based maintenance assistant to support technicians with AI-driven service workflows. The solution provides a unified access point via SAP Joule, of course. Technicians receive only the data they need, reducing cognitive load and time spent searching. We've also integrated another solution from SAP Build family, SAP Build Process Automation, when we can start expense approval workflows directly from Joule. Service Technician Assistant is also integrated with SAP Cloud for Customers system. The solution enables access to machine data, contract details, and service history, as well as initiate part orders via ticket creation. Two other solutions which we've integrated are custom. The All-for-One Equipment Viewer serves to identify faulty components and get support in ordering of some spare parts. And the All-for-One Response Hub is a RAG-based solution. We use it to provide historical insights based on previous service tickets and also intelligent diagnostics based on ingested machine manuals. I am also happy to share that All-for-One Response Hub is an SAP certified solution as of 15th of September, which is a big step from when we were last talking about it in our Hack2Build, and even a bigger step considering that it was initially created during one of the previous editions of SAP Hackathon. For the demo, I've selected the most interesting features of Joule Studio and Joule Skills that we wanted to highlight. Here we can see the start of the conversation that our service technician Chris has with the Joule assistant, where he asks for some basic information about the customer. And based on the data from C4C system, Joule gives him the concise version together with the link to the full customer page in the C4C system, where he can get even more data. We can also see here how nicely Joule understands the context of the conversation and provides proper input for next Joule skills used when Chris asks, for example, about contracts regarding this customer. And here we can see that Joule will give us the list of contracts for this specific customer that they were talking about. Next, we can see another part of C4C, Cloud for Customer system. In this system, we've embedded the link to an image on the internet, and Joule used it to download the picture and show it to us. This is a picture of this machine, and it means that Joule can enhance the data returned in Joule skill by interpreting it properly. We can also define multiple links when defining a message from Joule skill, and here one of the links will redirect us to our custom equipment viewer, where we can see the 3D model of the machine, which can help Chris identify the faulty part and replace it and hopefully fix the machine on site at the customer. Next, we can see the SAP Build Process Automation integration. Chris can ask Joule to create an expense approval to streamline the process. workflow is then triggered by Joule, and Chris is redirected even to my inbox in BTP, where he can further partake in this process. We can see here the subsequent forms of the expense approval workflow. I'm very glad that we can integrate other SAP build solution in Joule Studio so easily. It was like really intuitive and smooth to run a workflow from a Joule skill, which positively surprised me. Here we have also the integration to the other custom solution I've mentioned, the all-for-one response hub. Our technician can ask about, for example, how to replace a specific machine part, and it will answer the question based on the manuals. He can also ask about some similar tickets in the ticket history to the one he's currently dealing with. And based on historical incident data, he will get a list of similar tickets, and hopefully it will help him resolve his current issue based on the resolutions of the other ones. And at the end of the conversation with Joule, Chris can ask him to nicely summarize the whole conversation, and he can then use it to like send it to the customer as a summary, or use it in a ticket to close the ticket. And it's not a Joule skill per se; it's just a Joule feature that we can use to just use the Joule itself. And at the end, I wanted to give you some takeaways. So while SAP is providing a foundational set of Joule skills out of the box to their business software, custom Joule skills enable us to meet our customers' specific requirements beyond that. Existing AI applications can therefore be easily connected to Joule. It ensures that third-party data can also be intuitively retrieved by Joule as an unified interface. And we are also, of course, looking forward to even further expand those capabilities with AI agents once they are available to cover more complex tasks across various applications. And that will be it for my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. And if there are any questions, then please ask.
Thank you so much, Krzysztof. There's no question at the moment, like I said.
Charan, can I ask a question?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
So there was a time when you asked, can you give me all the orders from this customer or something like that,
Yeah.
right? So are you creating an action specifically for that API and then integrating it into the skill?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
another skill, like a separate skill that will give us the list of the contracts. But what I meant by, Joule understanding the context was that I didn't prompt him specifically that I want him to give the ID of the customer we were talking about, but he took it from the conversation and used it as an input for the next subsequent Joule skill.
Very good. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Another important, Krzysztof, point that you pointed out was you used business process automation. You used multiple other factors that would benefit from Joule, and also Joule could benefit. So this is a very good, powerful demonstration of how you can fully use SAP Build and then solve an actual issue. And this is really good. Thank you so much for presenting your use case here, Krzysztof.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Now moving forward to the other contestant, that is Sodales Solutions. Ravi, Shankar, can you please take over? Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, I hope you can see my screen now.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, just a minute.
I see a different screen. I think I see a screen where you also have the next slides. Probably the wrong screen. So if you can.
Okay.
Because I think I can see also the next slide, the notes and all of it. So
Okay, let me share again. Just a minute.
in the meanwhile, guys, so if you have any questions, you can always use the channel to post the questions, the chat, and we would be happy to answer them at the end of the presentation. I still see the same, but Yeah, probably.
Just swap the presenter view. Great.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good now. Yeah. Thanks for
Okay.
waiting, guys.
Yeah. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. Uh, Myself, Ravi Shankar. Actually, we also participated in Joule Hack2Build, which happened last month. It was a very I can say that during that entire week, there were use case which we have picked, and the way the SAP has supported us during that complete week, and we went through, you can say, live hands-on on Joule skills, trying firsthand, and we were working on SAP Business AI previously also. We were building some use cases and all using the SAP Business AI, where we are using the foundational models which is provided in the Business AI, and but while working on it, this is our architecture, which we use for our use case, and this is our product architecture also. So just to give you a background from the Sodales perspective, Sodales is a SaaS based solution. It's an success factor extension partner, which provides solutions in health and safety and labor relations. So in that, we generally integrate with our SAP success factor for the HR data and all. But there was always need that in success factor, can we do something which I don't need to navigate to Sodales or go to some certain view, and I can do those stuffs within the success factor. So having Joule within success factor and opening the Joule within success factor for the to the partners, it's really helping us, because from the Joule and the Joule skills, now the end users from the success factor users or HR use system users, they're eventually able to access, or you can say execute transactions, which is the extensions of success factor. So in our case also, we built on SAP BTP. We uses different services of SAP BTP. One of the service which we use SAP HANA Cloud for our database, and the SAP success factor for the HR. The chatbot, or I can say the Joule, which we are using, and the use case which we have built, it is mostly about compliance related, which is a case creation. So the outcomes which we are getting it from there, like it increasing the productivity, because we are not going to different screens, removing the retentions, faster decision making, risk reductions, and the executive level meeting reports and all. So these all things now we are getting integrated with the Joule skills, and everything is coming seamlessly on the success factor side. This is some of the benefits which we get from Joule after the integration with the Joule skills, is that unified employee view, automation with accuracy, predictive compliances, enterprise integration, and the time and cost. Like we are seeing this is changing now. This is actually the use case which we have built, where we have our own, you can say, solution, where we are using Joule skills and the SAP Business AI for generating the case summary and other stuffs. And later on, we integrated with Joule skills, and then we executed the case creation transaction from the Joule itself. So we are not navigating to the platform. Instead of that, we are using in this, and the users are also able to access different kind of policies, different kind of summaries they wants to access for the incident and all. These all things are coming in unified view in success factor only. So this is actually helping the users just to get access to different data sets, because with the Joule, the users is already having access to all the SAP ecosystem, or like you can search from any employee case creations, anything you can do. Same thing now on our solution also, it's also coming in the Joule, and you can access it. This is again like the similarly, you can access it and get that done within the Joule skill within the same platform. And these are the different, you can say, that within the ecosystem which we uses within SAP. So it helping us that all the ecosystems which we connect for our solution also, it's also becoming available to the user using the Joule skills and the Joule. And yeah, these are the benefits which we got from while using the custom Joule skills. And as we are getting more agents, so our company is currently working on getting more agents deployed, because we have suite of different modules You can say incident, grievances, discipline. There are different. So we are creating different. We are planning to have, and we have customers who are currently looking forward that we want the agents which can be for the labor relations, which can be for the health and safety, which can be for the different user sets, like for the discipline for and the other users, and can we get tailored searches for ourselves, and we can search policies, we can search CBAs, we can search agreements, and based on that we can make faster decisions. So it's helping us to improve the time saving, seamless user experience, case creation, change management. The integration is becomes very seamless because in Joule skills you can get your destinations created. After the destinations once created, you can get access to the different data sets. Like you can access your SAP HANA Cloud. You can same time you can access your SAP SuccessFactors and all, and you can have all the data coming into the same view. So yeah, this all I have, which we have done for our use case. Yeah, open for any questions if anyone has. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ravi. Yep, so we're at the end of all the presentations, but I have a question for Ravi already. What inspired this use case actually? Do you have a specific customer pain point that you were addressing? Could you just...
Yes. So from like our use case is we give solutions to the incident management and all. And most our users are field workers. Like they work in construction site, they work in FMCGs, different industries. They don't have that leverage that they can go to the laptops and all. They can go and create any case, log any case that okay, this incident happened or this requirement or any mishaps or near misses there. So using this Joule within the same ecosystem, which is actually helping them to get information from different system, and at the same time they're able to request it to the system. So that was a big add-on which we are getting from the user's perspective.
Nice point. That's interesting. A nice point. And Christoph, so you also had a similar case, right? Your colleagues would also be on the field, and you would be helping. They would need something on the fly. So is it also same that you had a similar experience, or was there any other inspiration for your use case?
As I said in my presentation, we work with a lot of manufacturing customers, and they actually do have cases like that. But as for now, it wasn't made for any specific customer. It was rather to make an offering to more of our customers.
Okay. So it was not a customer pain point, but more like something that you would like to offer. But it was interesting because what you could achieve with business process automation, you could initiate a workflow or an approval, and that becomes easier. Yeah, that's nice. And I would like to also ask another question to Kathrin now. Were there any technical I saw that your architecture was very impressive, but you had a lot of things connected to Joule and also to SAP. Did you have any technical hurdles when you faced when integrating it to SAP non-SAP systems? Did you face any challenges, or did you have any difficulties connecting to non-SAP systems?
No, it was pretty easy to connect non-SAP systems also. So if you have some APIs to integrate, it's very straightforward. So it's no difference than integrating an SAP API. So even integrating external systems functions the same way as integrating SAP components.
So you used the same destination, and then it was the same procedure as like the other ones. Yeah, perfect. Good. So, and Kathrin, the next question for you again. What was your experience when building a Joule scale using Joule Studio? So how was your experience? What was your learnings? If you can go over a little bit, that would be nice.
Yeah, so it's definitely a very straightforward process. So it's easy to work with the tool, easy to understand. Like most of the SAP no-code or no-code tools. So yeah, pretty straightforward. It all integrates very well, and it's very nice that you don't have to think about the user interface. So yeah, at the end, the user gets an unified user experience because you don't need to build a separate UI, which is very nice because you can solely focus on the use case and the logic behind the use case. Yeah, so.
And did you have previous experiences using build? So did you use building an application or building process automation? Because that knowledge would have also helped you build, right? Did you have earlier experiences building?
I don't have the biggest experience, so I have some superficial experience in SAP Build, but I found it very easy to work with it, even though I didn't have the greatest experience within it. We had some more advanced people in our team that had more experience with SAP Build, but yeah, it was kind of the same experience for all, levels of knowledge.
Perfect. And any of the features that you would like that Joule Studio would have in the future? Wait a minute, actually, I will come back to you. So, Krzysztof, so
Okay.
I think you used SAP Build, build process automation. So, did you by any chance have experience using SAP Build in the past? And was it easier to get yourself onboarded to Joule Studio?
Yeah, actually, I did have some experience building like both workflows and bots in SAP Build Process Automation.
Okay.
And I must say that the experience of using Joule Studio is really similar. And I think it helped me a lot. But anyway, I don't know how it would be without, the previous knowledge from SAP BPA.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely agree that it's very similar. So if you work with SAP Build Process Automation, then you can seamlessly transfer to Joule Studio and build the flows of the Joule skills there.
Thank you. So, Ravi, I think now we have an example of one without having experience, one with having experience. Both found it easy. Did you find something different with Joule Studio? How was your experience?
No, we also find easy because we were previously working with the SAP Business AI and we are using SAP Build for building our use cases. Getting Joule enabled in that same manner and having the same, like the concept was same, the destinations, connecting it to the third party system or different system, consuming the data, choosing the foundation models and all. It really helped us and it aligned with our previous experience also. So becomes like you can say on top of it, what we have done previously, we are able to build it more in that. So it was really good on that.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Daniel, please.
Thanks. So I have two main questions. One is, does anybody have experience with SAP Conversational AI? Did they ever use that?
Yes, we did that. When it was launched, we were building on some use cases on it also, but
Okay.
we are not able to give it to any customer and later on SAP killed that. Yeah.
I mean, how would you compare? I mean, because essentially you're creating the same thing. You're creating a chatbot. How would you compare the
No,
two?
it's different. Conventional AI, I would say that there was a lot of limitations were there. Where while connecting it to the different systems and all, there were a lot of configuration you need to do by your own. But here in the studio, you get it all pre-built. You just need to define it and it gets that. You get the data exposed, you get the APIs can be consumed. So those are really making easy for your build process. It's not time consuming, I can say.
When you say you get the data automatically exposed, what do you mean?
Uh, like when you suppose you have success factor or any other system, you want to get it the data from there. So the destinations works if it for the BTP side. So in the build also you can define your destinations there, and then the data sets comes available on your, and you can utilize it on your Joule skills for defining your use case, like your action processes and all those things can be executed from there.
Okay. And the other question was, everybody seems to agree that it was easy, and I would agree with that as well. It's particularly if you have process automation. But obviously, it's a first generation tool. So I'm sure there's things that it can't do quite yet, or features that you're waiting for in release 2 and 3. Can you guys speak to that?
Yeah. Uh, we did have some like issues like starting up with Joule Studio. I would say mainly there are some features. I mean, the whole Joule Studio is pretty similar to how you build a workflow in Joule SAP Build Process Automation. But we did miss a few things, like moving the steps of the flow around. It was not available as of yet. And also like in when defining messages, there was also this it's very simple thing that moving the message components around, like changing the order of the message components, and those are like little things that were missing, but I'm sure that the team is working on it and they will be released pretty soon. I also must say that we were really happy with the support that SAP gave us during the hackathon, because the team that we were assigned really did, listen to us and really did report all of the issues that we've had to the development team, and they tried to help us as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think Daniel, I want to add. So both the features that you said were missing, I think both are part of the roadmap. So we will address that as soon as possible. I know that most of the people are expressing the same when they're using Joule Studio. So thank you for pointing it out again. And we're already putting it on the we already have it on the roadmap, so it will be out soon. That's one thing. Yeah.
What about looking ahead of how you think people could make use of this? I mean, obviously, you presented one use case. Everybody presented one of their use cases. But in a general sense, how do you think people will make use of this?
I can take this. I would say that from our perspective, we are definitely looking through the agentic AI in this framework in itself, in the Joule agents, because we have certain scenarios and use cases which we are looking forward that once it is made available. I think it's going to be available in this next month for the partners also. Once that is made available, we are making sure that, okay, we will be not just like particular one module or something. We will infuse it into different modules with different use cases. And marketing team is also working on to market in a different way that suppose if you want only particular one use case and that is something you are looking for, I think that's where the agentic will become very handy on that front.
Yeah, the agent piece is supposed to be out by end of December or somewhere in December. That's the plan.
Yeah.
We don't have a perfect date that we know that we can say out loud. So it's in December. That's I'm confident that that's the team is promised. Um, I have a question actually, if I can go back to Kathrin said. You said, I mean, integration suite is one of the key products that most of the customers are using, partners are using. So what led you to, I mean, many of them have many connections to integration suite. So what kind of systems have you connected to integration suite and what are you using it for actually?
In our specific use case or in general?
General for let's say,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean, we can
so
come back to the specifics, but I'm just wondering how the system is and what you're using it for, the tool, and then the errors are obviously coming from a specific.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so yeah, we can connect like any system to SAP Integration Suite. So it's yeah, one core component in like the system landscape of every customer. It's the middleware, so the point where all data runs through. So all the SAP systems or even non-SAP systems the customer have are connected to it. In our example, we had yeah multiple different SAP systems connected. So SAP S/4HANA systems, whether it's on-prem or cloud, public cloud, private cloud, C4C systems, non-SAP systems of all kinds. So, yep, no,
okay.
there is really no limit. We had yeah error messages from all different yeah systems in there.
And have you also tried the actions component, which is within the SAP build, obviously, where you can also call any integration suite system through actions? Have you tried that during your building phase?
We haven't tried that. No,
Okay.
we
Yeah.
just worked with the SAP standard APIs for integration suite to integrate content from there. Yeah, and also some custom APIs.
Okay. Yeah. So you use the custom API piece. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yes.
And the others, Krzysztof and Ravi, have you also tried the actions? Like, have you tried connecting it to non-SAP systems and also to integration suite? Because it gives a wide range of things you can connect to using actions, right?
We also did connect to both SAP and non-SAP APIs.
Mm-hmm.
The Cloud for Customer that we've used, and also the two, I mean, the Response Hub that is our custom solution also had an API, that we could use, and we did it through actions.
Okay, that's nice. And Ravi, did you also manage to use actions for something other than SAP systems? And what is
Yes, we also tried and we connected to non-SAP systems also. And we have like different use cases where like the HR data and different, you can say, compliance related data, which is coming from a third party system,
Mhm.
which we have tried connecting it to.
I think, yeah, that's very good. So because with all three examples, we've seen that you can have a connection between an outside SAP to inside SAP, so it becomes more easier with the actions layer. There's one more question from the channel. I think The question is, what kind of efforts are involved in such use cases from inception to deployment? Who would like to take this question? So what are the kind of effort that's involved in such use cases, from actually thinking about it to actually delivering it? How much effort from your side was used? I know it was
Yeah,
a big hackathon, but I think behind the scenes, I think you should have spent some time, right? So.
yeah, exactly. So I think it differs greatly based on the use case. So I think we started working on our use case mid of last year or beginning of last year with the general gathering of the concepts, thinking about what we can do related, so AI topics in the integration field, and then formulating the use case. It took some weeks, and then yeah, actually coming up with the solution design. I think those weeks are, yeah, the most time intensive. Then actually the implementation was pretty straightforward, especially with working with mainly BTP components. It's easy to build those components, and I think the least amount of effort was actually then putting on top the components from SAP Build and Joule Studio, because yeah, they are pretty easy to implement. So yeah, I think the concept work, the solution design is the biggest part of such a use case. And then yeah, implementation is pretty straightforward.
Okay, perfect. And did you face the same thing, Christoph, or did you have a similar experience, or was it?
Yeah, I think it's really similar because part of our solution, which is the Response Hub, as I mentioned, it was already created for one of the previous hackathons. So it's also like the work on that whole like area was started last year. And this year we actually mainly focused on creating the Joule skills, and really like created like 9 or 10 even Joule skills. And depending, some of them were pretty easy, like only getting some data from a C4C system, for example, and some were a bit more complex, like posting the data or getting the data from some other systems and building up the messages if they are a bit more complicated. So yeah, I think the week of the hackathon was pretty intense. I would say that now we would probably even do it even quicker, because the beginning with Juice skills, I'm not gonna lie, there were times that we were stuck on one thing for quite a while. But what like the silver lining is that even if we had some issue, or even if it was a bug in Joule Studio, for example, or it was just some other limitation from one of the APIs, for example, then we could still like find 2 or 3 other ways, 2 or 3 workarounds basically to do that same action in Joule skill. So I think that even though this solution is not as mature, for example, as other from SAP Build family, I see great potential, and I really think that it speaks for itself that even though you can do one thing one way, you can do it 3 other ways and still achieve the same result.
So you mentioned that I mean, it's still growing, right? The product is growing, but it's compared to the SAP family. What would be one of the features that you would definitely want to see with the agent and skills together? What is something that you actually look forward to when you have the agent piece to
Eh,
develop?
Yeah, I must say we really look forward to the agentic AI the most. Once we have that, we have like few different ideas of what other more complex processes can we handle with an agent. And also still like using the Joule skills where we can, because I think it's really like beneficial to, if a process is deterministic, then to use Joule skill, because it's more stable and easier to handle than building an AI agent where it's not needed, for example. So yeah, I am excited to not only using the new AI agent, but also like to integrate both Joule
Together.
skills and agents together to achieve, more complex processes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's good. I think we will have an hackathon again, probably once it's released for all the partners, and I think you will be definitely taking part in that. And Ravi, I think for you, I have another question. So, how did you use Joule? Like, what did Joule make have a role in your use case? Like, where did you use Joule? What did you do exactly? And did you use it more intuitive or intelligent? What was your actual um,
Okay, so like last year, what we have done, like the use case which we built last year, we were working on for getting the certification. We were certified on the business AI side as an Gen AI certified. Once we done that, so similar use case, we have done that with the Gen AI and all. But when we get into this hackathon and we get the hands-on on working on the Joule skills, so it helps us like the time of effort, or you can say the work which we have done on the Gen AI side to get this complete process created, the case creation and everything happens there. That becomes very easy here. And we were able to get the skills added to that. We are able to get the input, output from that, and the process. That part becomes very easy in this. And the process was so seamless that okay, we are able to. There were some challenges. I can say that yeah, we faced some challenges also because we were trying the first time. But later on, during that 7 days, I think we were able to come over the challenge. And later on, when we see that, and we even tried off different use cases also, which we have not showed it in the hackathon, but we were working on it, and we are able to get those also built in the same time frame when we have this access to the Joule Studio. So it really help on that to get that skills and the actions and the purposes getting fulfilled very easily there.
Okay. And if you had more time, what would you have liked to expand or refine with the use case? What would you have
Uh,
if you had more time with the use case?
Yes, if we have more time, the use case which we work like it's just the creation of it, the case creation. If we would have more time, then we would like that, okay, the case creation, it converted into the workflow and the different workflows get triggered. That was piece we are not able to complete because once the case is created, it gets into different, you can say, instructions, email notifications, messages goes out to different team, the workflows get triggered. That is something we were looking forward whenever we get chance to get it added to this.
Okay, good. I think Daniel, most of the questions I had was
Okay.
I come to an end. But Krzysztof,
Right.
Kathrin, and Ravi, do you have questions for each other? I think that would be an interesting conversation. So, do you have questions for the other's use case? That would be nice.
Not for now. If I could add on what Ravi said, maybe,
Okay.
like what and your question that what I'm excited to spend a bit more time on in Joule Studio
Yeah.
is that because I was tinkering with it a little before, but the message output from a Joule skill that
Mm-hmm.
we usually defined it, a structure of this message that was returned by Joule skill. I also was tinkering with, letting Joule handle the output. So like giving him the whole like table or structure as an output and him handle the, you know, how to present it to the user.
Okay.
Uh, and I did not find it as stable as, in the beginning.
Yeah.
It really took some, work to make the prompt,
Yeah.
precise enough for the Joule to actually extract the specific things from the output data that I want.
Mhm.
But it did work. It's something I want to spend a little bit more time on, and and to see if maybe we don't even need to define the messages outputs as we did in our project.
Yeah, I think one piece that we're working on is vibe coding, and if you connect the dots, then we can say if you receive an output from a certain skill, then you can already tell vibe coding that can you create an interesting message or a chart or an analytical card for me using the context of the skill could be that could be interesting that you don't even have to put in effort of designing the message output. It would automatically suggest you a few options of what could be a best option to fit using the context that could be moving forward. That could be a good thing.
Yeah, but also it requires like good quality metadata, to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
to
It
let
should be
Joule,
that.
know what the data is actually, so that he can handle it better.
Yeah, fair point. Uh, I think there was one more question. How can we participate in an SAP hackathon mentioned above with SAP Build Joule for type of scenarios? I think this is more a question to the hackathon team. I will try to I would find some material where you can and post it on YouTube so you can see the steps that you need to do to get on board. Daniel, you have something to add for this?
About the hackathon or other questions?
Question second, but the first one is how do you take a part in the hackathon?
I'm not involved in that at all, so I don't
Perfect.
really
Yeah,
know.
same like me. So I think we should find the right colleague and provide you some information. We will do that on YouTube. Yeah, we will provide
Yeah.
you on the chat. Yeah, Daniel, if you had a question.
Just a general question. I found it intriguing. Somebody said about how the the conversation remembers the business user that you were, or the business partner that you were working with. And also, there was another one where at the end somebody said, can you summarize what we did?
Yeah.
Which means that Joule remembered certain things, maybe some things it doesn't remember, so I think it's I think how Joule Studio works is quite simple. I have actions, I drag them in, I configure them, and so forth. But the fine points I think is the most interesting. Like, um, you know, how do I have to think about creating a skill, right? And some of those things that you mentioned, it remembers this, it remembers the business partner, summary, how you prompt it, some of the things you talked about. But are there other things that you would, you know, if you were talking to your friend who was starting to use it, that you would explain to them?
More,
Cool things that it can do.
can
Oh,
we
I
can,
didn't realize it
can we
remembered
call
the
it
business partner.
tips and tricks to use Joule Studio or something like that? Okay.
I think that's a very important topic because it really takes a little like shift in understanding of what Joule skill is, because Joule skill doesn't have to be like AI at all. The AI comes in like outside of Joule skill. That's that the AI in Joule that calls the Joule skill and that interprets the output of it. So I would say that's really a bit of a shift in thinking that, we are building an AI tool, but we are actually only thinking like the tools for Joule that he can use, when talking to the user. It's not like, we are designing conversation itself. You are like redesigning the tools that, that Joule can use in those conversations.
Fine.
Anybody else? A last tip, trick
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they found?
maybe just thinking about Joule or Joule Studio and what we are building, that the Joule skills are rather, yeah, simple tools or step by step, yeah, deterministic, yeah, step proposals that you're giving them. And then you have the combination of all those skills, and that's where the AI component comes in. So the steps itself, as Chris said, there is not that much AI involved or non-AI involved. So it's a pretty deterministic steps, like a human being would also carry out to solve a certain problem. And then the big advantage is that you do not have to tell him exactly which skill to use in which in which direction or how you can combine different skills. It all does that for you. So it goes into the direction of an agent, but you still have defined steps. And then the next step would be that we have an agent that also then can combine them without having those deterministic patterns in it. So it's like a pre-level to the agents.
Yeah.
Right. No, I think the way I think about it is I used to use conversational AI, right? So conversational AI has two parts. It has the natural language processing and the skills. Okay, and the skills are basically the same, just different tools. And the natural language processing, the advance is that I no longer have to have expressions, that Joule is much smarter. We have AI now. But you're right. The magic really comes with the agent, which takes a bunch of skills and a bunch of instructions, and then could really says what which skill to use. Uh, and I think eventually you'll be able to put in an OData service. You won't have to create skills at all. You'll just create an OData service, and it will understand what this thing is for with a little bit of instruction. So anyway, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, just to add one point, like I think when we were doing the certification, there was a biggest challenge which we face is the ethics part, the AI ethics. And SAP has a very long requirement on the ethics part whenever you go for certification. And I think here the dual skills comes very handy because as you said, the OData APIs and the operations and the processes which he wants to get automated there, that is only the path which is getting into the AI and it is working. It's not that everything you would just give it to them and all the you can say decisions are taken by the AI itself and they are giving you the results. So I think that's comes the ethics is also get controlled, and you have wherever you require interventions, you have the approval process and all which you can control, and then your use case can be more user friendly for the user's perspective and following all the ethics.
Yeah, the human in the loop,
Makes sense.
just the consent and the permission, sometimes missing inputs, all of this.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yeah, very fair point. Yeah, I think Daniel, I think we are good. If anybody has another question inside in the group, otherwise, I think we should be good.
Great. Thanks, Charan, for moderating.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Kathrin, Chris, and Ravi, and congratulations on your prizes for the Hack2Build. That was really impressive. So thanks so much for sharing your experiences, and have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Yeah, have a great day, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
You.
Thank
Much.
you,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.